Okay. Well, I'm experimenting with streaming on my phone again. My internet is not down. My internet's working just fine. But I'm curious about a few things, so I'm just making a I'm just doing a short stream because I'm just making a oh there okay, there's my YouTube thing there. Uh all right, let me have a look here. See what it looks like. I'm just trying to see, like, I can see what it looks like um I can see what it looks like on Restream, but right now I can't like I can mute it. I can't make it bigger. I think I can make it a little bigger. That's not too bad, I guess. So I decided I would try and see what it would look like for uh to cut the frame rate down to 10. And so you know, that's a thing that I'm trying. I'm gonna go over here. Let me look at it on YouTube and see what it looks like. It's playing in 720p right now, but I think I am uploading it in HD, but probably it might not look so, or probably might not work very good if I put it to HD. I'm not really sure. Because I don't have much, well, I have pretty good downstream bandwidth, so it probably, I don't know, looks a little pixelated, but I'm not sure that it's any much better. Um, yeah, okay. Now it's gone down to 720. If I make it smaller, I think it'll like go down even more. There. Yeah, it's gone down to 360 because I made it small. But that's fine. I just I'm not dropping any frames because I've got 400 upstream, so that's 200 plus 160 plus, about 40 for overhead. So that gives you enough bandwidth to catch up. Um, I'm doing 10 frames per second. So with 10 frames per second, uh, I feel like in a way that might actually look better than it did with 30 frames a second. But it's hard to say. I'm going to listen. I'm going to have a listen. I feel like in a way that might actually look better than it did with 30 frames a second. But it's hard to say. I'm going to listen. I'm going to have a listen. I mean, it looks okay. I think the picture is better. Um, I think the picture is generally better if you're going to have limited bandwidth, but you don't want to. I don't want to scale because scaling wastes a lot of processor power when you're. So since I'm using hardware rendering, um, it's not that good at scaling. So I've discovered that it's probably better if I stream in the native resolution of my monitor and not scale it. So um, it doesn't save me anything by scaling. It actually makes things worse. So, I mean, if I wanted to stream in a lower resolution like 720p, then what I would do, I think, is change my monitor to run in 720p and just scale hardware like that. because then I wouldn't have to scale. I would just at native resolution. So, um, I don't know. I think you can also like specify that true. See the base canvas resolution. You can specify that the base resolution is whatever, but then if you downscale filter, yeah, I don't know. I've never tried scaling at a smaller resolution than the screen. I'm not sure if you can do that. So I'm not sure how that would work. I haven't actually played around with that. So but this is this is um uh it's actually kind of um okay, now I think I'm playing with my face now. I don't know what I'm doing. So um yeah, I think I think I think that um um I think that this actually does look better. Um so it's probably worth it to if you've got super limited bandwidth. It's probably worth it um to go down in frame rate rather than and I don't believe I can change any of that on the fly. All I can do is change my bit rate. So um I can change my bit rate while the stream is running by I've got the output. But I believe I will start dropping frames if I up my video bit rate. So right now it's set to the minimum, which on OBS is 200, and I think I've got um, my audio bit rate set to 160, which is fine, and that's actually pretty good. So yeah, uh, that's very interesting. But yeah, it's it's probably I think it probably looks better. Just offhand, I think it probably looks better to so now that I'm in this stream and I'm streaming, maybe I should go like police all my settings. Um I won't bother. Um I'll just say Techie stream experimenting with frame rate. Okay. I can do that. Um all right. I won't bother with a thumbnail. I'll go with stream of consciousness. And um I think all this age restriction stuff, this is all normal. I don't have any cards or end stream or anything. I don't know. I've hardly ever done anything in okay. I got no tags because I'm creating a new whatchamacallit, so um All right, yeah, so there we go. Let's see what else is there. Video language, recording date doesn't matter. I usually put the location, and there it is. And I have it set for entertainment, and allow live chat to replay, and then I'll save that, I guess. Because, why not if people do end up chatting on this thing? So, that's pretty cool. I guess if I'm gonna do more streaming, I could um I think I already have an actual event created. So I could actually use that for my actual stream. But this is kind of like an experiment. So I guess we're done with this. This is just an experiment to see how well this works. The idea being, let's cut down the frame rate and see if that makes the image less pixelated and blocky, which it should do. Technically, it should. It should be able to, because it's got more bandwidth dedicated to fewer frames. So, like, I go way back with PDAs and portable devices, and I learned pretty well that you could, like, I had a copy of Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter movie, that I stored on a memory card, an SD card, and I compressed it down and stored it in 10 frames a second. And I could actually watch that movie. And 10 frames a second is probably about where you start to lose the sense of motion. It's actually what I think animation tends to use 10 frames a second. Sometimes it uses fewer than that. Sometimes it just but like animators, they don't go with 24 or 30 frames a second. You can do I guess you can use motion blur to interpolate frames, which, that's an interesting idea. I guess if you're an animator, I wouldn't know how to animate anything anyway. Like, that's not a talent I have. I could draw stick figures and then caption them or whatever, voice act them, I guess. But or use some program that's designed to animate. There used to be this website. I remember watching Red Eye like zillion years ago, like in the early 2000s. And I remember watching them, and one time they did a sponsored program, and one of their sponsors was this animation platform. And they animated their whole show using it. And it was really in like an automatic animation. You could set up a scene with characters, and then it didn't have any fancy motion capture or anything like that, but it had it responded to sound. So you could pipe the I can't remember what it was called, but it was they have a whole show that was animated using it, and it was, I think, all done on the fly. So basically all they had to do was just take the mics for each individual person and pipe it through their web interface, and they piped it to each individual avatar, and then the avatar would look like it was talking based on the sounds coming in, from the microphones of the individual people. So it was pretty clever, and it didn't last for some reason, which is too bad, because actually it would be a great thing for a YouTube channel if you wanted to do animation and you didn't want to have to, you just wanted to have animation, but you didn't want to have to animate a whole scene or do an animation like you could actually do animation on the fly by just setting up some basic figures and stuff, and then the program would just kind of animate it for you. But uh, I don't even remember what it was called now. I think I found out at some point, and then I saw that it had morphed into something else, which is sort of more of a corporate tool for creating like learning resources in a corporate setting or something like that. It's or for schools or whatever. So it no longer has a free tier, and it's no longer this on the fly engine that you can use, animation engine that will actually do something in real time, which is too bad because it's an awesome idea. Um, I'm surprised that there isn't something that took its place. That I think actually there is, but like I said, it's not free or low cost. It's, I mean, there might be a low cost tier of it, but it's definitely not free anymore. It doesn't have a free tier anyway. Um, but there are other animation there's like Kinema, and there's like other things that there's some of these gacha animation things that you can use, and they kind of make animation more, I don't know if it's automated, but at least you can kind of use some templates and some sort of preloaded figures to create animation, things. But I don't know why I'm talking about that. I'm not actually that sure why I'm talking about this. So, but in any case, I just got back from work, and so I'm talking about this, but I don't know. I'm not really announcing this stream on any social media. I think I will do that with the next stream if I do one. I'm gonna probably have some dinner, and then I might do some more stream after that. Um, and I won't be using my phone. This was just for an experiment. So I guess on that note, I'll say goodbye because I don't think anyone's watching me anyway. But I usually announce things on social media if I can, but uh, um, sure. I guess that's about all I have to say about that. Um, anyway, you guys just have a good one, and we'll see you later on, I guess. I will talk to you later.